I want to get to that European cash grab that I spoke about so passionately at the top of the hour. First, Apple, who's next? Well, former aide to David Cameron, Steve Hilton, joins us now, frequent guest on this program, especially around the time when the Brits were leaving the European Union. Welcome back.
Yeah, good to see you again.
Forget who's next. Have I got a point here that the Brits are and should hang out the welcome mat for the Apples and Googles of this world?
Definitely. This is what Brexit was all about.
Yes.
And I think that what this shows really is it's a great advertisement, not just for Brexit, but exactly as you were saying, for Donald Trump as well. But let's take them in turn. I think that what's going on here is that Apple and Ireland were doing something completely within the law. Ireland was trying to attract business to its shores to create jobs and investment. And of course, the European centralizing bureaucracy hates that because they want every European country to be equally unattractive to business. And so they want more taxes and more regulation everywhere, equally spreading the pain. And if one country tries to compete, they don't want that to happen. That's a great reason for leaving the EU and one of the main arguments in the Brexit campaign.
The corporate tax rate in Ireland is 12.5%, and at latest count, it's 15% in Britain. It's still very, very low compared to 35%
That's
in
right.
the United States.
Well, that brings us to the Trump element of the discussion, which is that the whole reason that Apple is even in Ireland doing these quite complicated tax arrangements is because of the insanely high corporate tax here in the US, and other countries are doing it as well. What that had led to is trillions of dollars overseas of money that could be being invested here in the American economy to create jobs here. But because the taxes are so high, that doesn't happen. Now, what Trump is saying is he's going to do a one-off tax cut to bring that money back, and also, more generally, to cut business taxes to create jobs and investment. Now, that is a really powerful argument in this year's election here.
Well, there's more than, as I understand it, there's more than $2 trillion worth of profits made by American companies, which is lodged overseas.
That's right.
All over the world, a lot of it in Ireland, $2 trillion. And you're saying, and Trump is saying, you cut the corporate tax rate here from the current 35% level. I think Trump's down to 15%.
Yes, he's 15 generally, but he's also proposing, I think, a one-off cut to tax that overseas money as a once-off charge, I think even lower than 15. And the argument is, well, that sounds pretty low, but 10% or whatever it is, I can't quite remember, 10% of trillions is a lot more than 35% of zero, which is what's going on at the moment.
You're another British accent on the show, but I think you live in America these days.
Yeah, in California. I run a tech startup out there.
Yes, you do. That's right.
Crowdpack, yeah.
Could you start up a tech company in Britain, or no, I shouldn't say Britain, in Europe, the way that you started up a tech company in California? Could you do it?
No, there's so many obstacles compared to what you can do in California, the labor regulations and so on. I'm not saying it's bad over there, but it's so much easier here. Plus, in Silicon Valley, you've got that incredible culture that makes it easier to bring great people together to do great things.
Okay. Steve Hilton, a pleasure. Thanks for joining us, sir.
Good to be with you. Thank you.